Hi everyone, I'm Oluwadamilola Soyombo. Thank you so much for having me here. So today I'm going to be talking about empowering the youth through tech education. Before I dive right into that, I'll do a quick introduction of myself, what I do, and how my journey started. Yes, so I'm an award-winning UI/UX designer with 7x experience in the technology space, building products for different companies across 3 continents. I'm the founder of Skooqs. So Skooqs is the first online learning platform where African children get access to technology and creative courses at a very early age. I'm also the founder of TCK Zone, which is a not-for-profit organization reaching out to underserved kids in different communities who have access to little or no funds and training them in STEM skills at no cost. Yes, so how did this all start? Back in 2018, as a youth graduating from the university after studying computer science, for my BSc, I was still totally unsure of what I wanted to specialize in or what the real life application of what I had learned in the university would be. How do I go out there into the real world and get a job and all of that? It was then that I realized that what we're being taught in school didn't really correlate with what was required of us in real life. And thankfully, I got introduced to an internship, which then taught me the basics of technology, the coding, the UI/UX design, and a lot more, which I then turned into a professional skill. Why am I talking about this? Like, once I got into technology, I kept saying to myself, oh, I wish I had learned these skills earlier. I wish someone had told me about what these things are. And like, I would have been creating solutions to worldwide problems by now. And I realized that a lot of my friends also had this thought. They also felt the same way. And if you think about it, 67% of jobs have changed by the age of technology that we live in now, and things keep rapidly changing. But one thing that hasn't changed, if you agree with me, is our education system, our curriculum, our ways of teaching, and all of that, right? Ends with statistics. Over 160 million children might not fit into the tech or the job ecosystem generally now in the next 10 years, thereby increasing the rate of unemployment. Also, think about the COVID situation of the country and how the entire education sector had to come to a halt at that period, because a lot of schools, a lot of teachers could not leverage technology to continue their classes. It's believed that we're being launched into the fourth industrial revolution, right? And this digitization will consistently change the nature of jobs. So if there are new kinds of jobs that exist today that didn't exist in 5 years, 10 years time, think about in another 10 years time what the job ecosystem would be saying at that point, thanks to technology. So if this is going to be the case, I thought to myself, okay, why don't we prepare the youth, the teens, the kids for this? Why don't we prepare them for this digital future? Right, so if we're looking to solve the rate of unemployment, we have to start from the foundation. And when I talk about the foundation, what I mean is our primary and our secondary schools, and exposing them to 21st century skills. So in 2019, I founded a not-for-profit education technology company, TCK Zone, for children without funds. And we got corporate organizations to fund it. Thank you, Joanna. Like, Joanna was one of our sponsors. And with up to 2 million naira in different corporate sponsorship. We were able to reach out to 4,000 children between the ages of 5 to 18 years in different underserved communities, right? And we train them in technology skills ranging from coding to game development, website development, design, video animation, fashion illustration, and so on. I launched this hackathon with the aim of training as many kids as possible in technology for free, and also to assist the less privileged kids in the society through the provision of an enabling environment to learn information technology. One of our participants, Temi, she's a 10-year-old girl who lived in Agege, Lagos, and she had no knowledge of technology because her school has limited resources. This hackathon came to our school and we introduced them to technology. We did a coding training that very day. Temi became so passionate and like so hungry. She wanted to learn more. She wanted to know more. She wanted to do more. And guess what? COVID came and everyone like started going online. And we realized quickly that we needed to go online and continue our training. And we eventually went online. So we started using Zoom and Telegram. And Joanna was one of the people. Joanna actually sponsored our Zoom paid plan, our Zoom Pro plan, which gave us the opportunity to be able to hold meetings of more than 40 minutes, of training sessions of more than 40 minutes without having to break. We were able to triple the number of kids we reached out to in that period of time. And yes, it gave us the idea and it pushed us that yes, there's a need to actually do more. There's a way in which we can reach millions and millions of children out there and give them access to these skills as well. And that was when we came up with the Skooqs product, the Skooqs platform. So what is Skooqs, you might be wondering? Skooqs is an online learning community. Skooqs is an edtech platform that provides African children access to technology and creative skills courses, like I said earlier. So the product is for kids aged 5 to 18 years that are looking to learn a skill, that are looking to pick up either a technology or a creative skill. And we provide them resources, projects, courses, materials, instructors, and all that they would need to learn that particular skill. We reach out to our students or kids or users through their schools majorly, and also through their individual parents as well. But so far we've been reaching a lot of them, and one major thing or one major thing they keep mentioning or they keep leveraging on is the fact that we would love to try a platform, but one thing we don't have, we don't have access to laptops, we don't have access to internet, we don't have a computer lab, we don't have so when it comes to school infrastructures and learning conditions, it plays an important role in creating a conducive learning environment, and the lack of computer laboratory poses a huge challenge to most of the schools here in Africa. A significant number of schools in Africa are lacking basic creative skills learning resources, materials, infrastructures that they need. And studies have shown that multiple Nigerian schools have very, very few to no resources when it comes to effectively teaching technology and creative subjects. And these are all of the challenges we are hoping to solve at Skooqs and also at TCK Zone. Majority of schools do not have ICT infrastructures, which makes implementations of most edtech solutions nearly impossible. So students are derived of the benefits of um, using any of this edtech platform, because it's supposed to come to their classroom and it's supposed to keep them engaged. They're supposed to be able to go home and practice and continue learning that process. And all of this needs to happen, or all of this can happen only when they have the adequate infrastructure, right? Recently I sent out a post on LinkedIn of recent, like how I would love to invest in schools. I would love to provide STEM labs and give them access to that. I just sent out a poll just to understand how many schools out there are actually interested in this, and believe you me, I had hundreds and hundreds of replies to that particular post, and a lot of them mentioned that they would love to participate in STEM Labs for Schools initiative program, which is a program where we would plan on setting up fully equipped creative and innovation labs in different schools, and provide a flexible way in which they can keep using that school platform, or yes, and keep maintaining it at a very, very low cost. And here is where we need the government support. There is where we need as much donations and support and sponsorship as possible, right? Like the first time I had the opportunity to lay my hands on a computer was in secondary school, and at that point I couldn't afford to get like a personal computer or personal laptop. I got my personal laptop in my second year in the university, and looking back, I felt like life should be easier for these young kids, and they should have more opportunities and privileges no matter their financial background, right? That's why I created an organization that is looking to solve these challenges and looking to impact young children across Africa in technology skills, right? From our primary to like our secondary schools all the way. I remember our very first training. We held it in August 2019. We had a primary school in Ikorodu in Lagos State, and we taught the children how to use Photoshop, and also how to use Scratch in designing their own games. At first, I was overwhelmed at how the entire program go, or like the donations and all, but thankfully we got some sponsorships and we were able to pull that through. And interestingly, like these kids picked these skills like super fast, and they were able to do amazing stuff with it. We had an 8-year-old girl, Omadesiri, like she was able to pick the skill so fast. There was one of our programs, Avatar Animation, which is about like creating video animation, and she was able to do that, and she created a video animation for our mom's business. We also had Remide. Remide is a 13-year-old boy who learned graphics design using Canva, and guess what? Like he started his own design company at 13. Then when we did a WordPress website development training, he also picked that up, and he also wanted to scale that, and he made it a company of its own. So yes, a lot of these children are super excited to learn about technology and how they can get started, and it gives me goosebumps anytime I hear their excitement about all of this. So our goal is to reach millions of children right across Africa and give them access to these skills. And to make that possible, we need as much support as we need as much support as possible, right? We want to impact as many young lives as we can, and it's something that will become bigger and would in turn boost the economic growth. So think about it. We empower these children, these young minds, these teenagers with knowledge. Their education improves, then they create solutions to problems around them. They train other people, they solve the problems they find within their community using technology. They become employable, or they decide to start their own business and employ other people. With that, the economy of the community itself improves, and in turn it boosts the economy of the country in which they are in, and makes that country a place for more and more foreign investment and global opportunities, right? We've seen children go represent their countries in world competitions, in tech competitions, going to Silicon Valley, going to places like that. So our plan is to be able to grow and groom a generation of people who are highly skilled and who are highly prepared for the metaverse, who are prepared for the next big thing that is coming, who are prepared for the world of tech and how tech is emerging and growing and improving on a day-to-day basis. So yes, that is our plans on how we are planning to impact the young generation and how to ensure that they have the necessary skill required to remain relevant in the world. Thank you so much. So feel free, you can visit our website at www.skooqs.com or at www.tckzone.com. And yes, if you need to reach out to me at any time, any of those platforms, you get our contact details there. And I'm also Oluwadamilola Soyombo. You can find me on LinkedIn if you have any questions. Thank you so much for listening. Bye.